I'm so excited for Generation 10 of Pokemon. I think it's actually going to be a big difference from all the other Pokemon games, at least the couple last years of Pokemon games. I would say like all the Pokemon games from the 3DS and prior, so like, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, DS, 3DS, those games are so awesome, and they have a perfect art style, right? And now with the last couple years of Pokemon, mainly the Switch era of Pokemon, we know that it's pretty much all open world. Like the Pokemon games going on in the future are almost certainly all going to be open world, and Generation 10 is also going to be open world. But what will Generation 10 actually look like? Well, good news for you guys, we actually do know a little bit about what the game is actually going to look like. And based on these leaks, I think it's good news. Like, it is good information, it's good news, and I'm looking forward to it. This game is going to be a Switch 2 exclusive, so it's not going to release on the original Switch, which I know for a lot of people is unfortunate, but on the bright side, that means the graphics, the quality, and the size of the game can really grow, can really push the limits compared to Scarlet and Violet. Now, the thing with Scarlet and Violet is, like, those games were so fun. Like, they were great. Storyline was great. I really enjoyed my playthrough of Scarlet and Violet, but it is no secret, it's no doubt that those games just needed to be, like, a little bit more polished as far as the graphics goes and kind of, like, just things around the map, because in a lot of ways, the map is pretty empty. That is going to change with Generation 10. Okay, so firstly, let me just say this. The game is said to kind of look like Xenoblade Chronicles X. Kind of like that jungle, forest, kind of like almost futuristic vibe in a way with like the colors and stuff, which I think that's awesome, bro. The Xenoblade Chronicles X aesthetic is sick, and I'm excited to see like exactly what it will look like in the game. And now here's the thing, we actually do have leaked screenshots, images of Generation 10. There are a few pictures out there. And now the pictures don't really show like a lot, and it's such an early model of the game that it's definitely not going to look like what the pictures actually do look like. And based on the pictures, I could totally see kind of where that Xenoblade Chronicles X style comes in. The game is also apparently going to start off in a big city. Like, we're not going to start off in a small town or just a house. Apparently, we will start the game out in like a hotel or some sort of apartment building in a big city. Now, we have leaks from Ball Guy even saying this like a couple of days ago about how, starting off in a big city, and it's kind of a different start to the game. So what to expect from the game is that you're going to start off in a big city, which I know I sound repetitive. I feel like I've said that so many times, but you start the game off in a big city. My assumptions are that you're going to work your way out of that city into the jungle, because the pictures are in the jungle. Like, it's not going to take place in the city like Legends ZA was taking place in just the city. So it's going to be more than like, it's going to be the city plus exploration in the wild, different areas. Obviously, it's going to have a ton of different islands. Originally, the leaks were saying this game was going to be based on Greece. Those are false. It's not taking place in Greece, which I think would have been really cool, but it's still going to be based on islands and stuff like that. It's still going to have like an archipelago, because those were the original leaks. It's going to be Greece, archipelago, and it was just going to have a bunch of different islands. So the only thing that's changed with that is that it's actually not taking place in Greece, and it's going to be taking place in Indonesia / Southeast Asia. And those leaks are based on the internal documents in 2021, which describe the original concept for Generation 10 being based in, well, Southeast Asia and Indonesia. The games will be called Pokemon Wind and Waves. So this is a logo made by Cardinal of Winds and Waves, but the reason why it says Winds and Waves with the S is because that's just the fan-made name that we've had for a long time. Like, before we even knew the game is literally going to be called Wind and Wave. I just think that's so funny. I think that's so cool, though, too. Like, the fans kind of guessed it. The games are reportedly going to be directed by a longtime series lead, Shigeru Omori, who helped with Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, and Scarlet and Violet, which I know a lot of people don't like those games. Like, debatably, those are some of the least favorite Pokemon games, like, as far as just the general ranking of what people prefer the Pokemon games to be, like the order of their favorite Pokemon games. I like Scarlet and Violet. I had my issues with it. The storyline was fun, though. Sword and Shield is one of those games that I want to replay again, because I think I would appreciate it a lot more now. And Sun and Moon actually has a lot of love. Like, people love Sun and Moon. So, guys, in the comments, let me know, do you like Sun and Moon more, Sword and Shield, or Scarlet and Violet? And if you guys don't mind dropping a like on the video, subscribing to the channel to help me reach my goal of 30,000 subscribers. My bro Nintendo and I are going to be giving away the DLC for Legends ZA. It's going to be taking place in our Discord server, which the link to that is in the description down below. So make sure to stay tuned for that, guys, because the DLC is dropping soon. The theme of the game is going to be Infinity, which is going to have multiple islands, because it's going to be based, in Southeast Asia. So there's going to be a lot of natural elements. Expect a lot of different islands, and I'm assuming some of the different islands may have like different weather patterns. Like, there could be one island that has like snow on it, one island that's a desert. That's just my assumption. That's not in the leagues, but we know that it will have different islands. So just expect to go from island to island, probably progressing from one island to the next, to the next. The code name for the game is Gaia, which doesn't really have anything to do with like the actual game itself, but in a way it kind of seems like this one is, because when a lot of people think of Gaia, they just think of kind of nature vibes and stuff like that. So this game does seem like it will be more based on nature, because a lot of people didn't like that Z8 was taking place in just the city. But good news for you guys, it's not going to take place in just the city, although apparently, like I said, we are going to be starting out in the city. We are also getting underwater exploration, like diving in the game in an open world Pokemon game, so expect to go underwater, guys. That's major. So probably an underwater city, bro. Atlantis is real. I'm serious, bro. I am hyped for that. I've wanted that for years and years and years, and it's finally gonna happen. So what's awesome is apparently we're gonna have different islands, so expect different islands. We're gonna be able to go underwater. There were early leaks of there being floating islands, although I haven't seen leaks about that recently, so the floating island thing may or may not be real. That may not happen. I think it would be kind of cool if we did have like a floating island or two, but like I said, I don't know if that's actually really gonna happen. We are gonna have some sort of like weather moves, and I think that the legendary Pokemon are gonna be kind of based around the weather patterns or something like that. So I would expect there to be probably a lot of cool clouds and like weather in the sky. But Generation 10, it seems like it's going to be a lot more detailed, like a lot more textures, so many more plants and stuff. Like when you're actually exploring in the jungle, it's actually going to feel like you're in a jungle. Like it's not just going to be a couple of trees placed here and there. No shade on Scarlet and Violet, but you know, you just pretty much explore with flat land in Scarlet and Violet. I mean, obviously there are hills and stuff, but like, I mean, there's really not much to the land. Like there's some rocks here and there in Scarlet and Violet. And it seems like this game is going to change that, which I am so excited for. Now, the leaked images, I can't show you guys. I'm so sorry, because I just can't. Like, I genuinely can't. I'm not allowed to. Whenever I say that, people get so heated in the comments. It's crazy. Like, I understand, but at the same time, it's like, I literally cannot show you guys, or else you wouldn't even know this information, or else this video wouldn't even be allowed on YouTube. But anyways, I could explain it to you guys. I could explain to you exactly what the images look like. The lighting is so weird today, bro. The sun just made its way up. Okay, so one image is of a character that kind of looks like a Scarlet and Violet character, but the thing is, this is such an early render of the game, like an early demonstration of this game. So it's not gonna look exactly 100% like this, but from what I'm seeing, I think it looks fantastic. Like you're in a pathway with actual trees, there's palm trees, there's a Snorlax, there's an Eevee, there's vines and stuff. Like when I say like you're actually in the jungle, it genuinely looks like you're in a jungle. Like put yourself as a real human being in the forest, in some sort of jungle, walking through. You have trees all around you, you know, bushes, vines, bunch of grass, flowers. That's actually what these screenshots look like. And the next one is a little bit of a darker photo, but there's a Charizard and there's a Ghastly. And once again, you're literally in the jungle. I think I also see a Luxio in the background. It's kind of blurry. It's hard to see. But yes, there are a bunch of trees, bunch of rocks. And I think that's the best case scenario for this game. It's going to be way more immersive, like genuinely like in the game. Now, here's a good example. You know what Legends ZA, when we were talking about that's going to be taking place in just the city, most Pokemon games don't really have like a huge, vast, grand city. But in Legends ZA, it's almost like you're actually really walking through a city. You know, you look around, there's a building here, there's a building here. Everything is, you know, to scale of a life-size city, as if you were walking through a city, right? So that's exactly what it's going to be like, but in the form of nature. Now, the stuff that I was talking about, the big city, like how the game is going to be starting off in just the big city, I don't think there are any pictures of that. I haven't seen any pictures of that, so I wonder what the city looks like. Apparently, Ball Guy was making it sound like it's going to be like a big city, which I think is cool. I like having both nature elements and city elements. I think it's really cool because you get to be around a bunch of people, but then you get to go out in nature. There were also leaks about this game kind of having some MMO style to it, like some sort of online multiplayer to it, which I hope so. That would be awesome, but I'm going to save that for another video. But overall, guys, I think this is good news. I think Generation 10 is going to be a good generation. Let me know your theories about these starter Pokemon. A full-on concept idea of what you think they will actually look like and will be. And let me know if you're hyped for Generation 10. I definitely am hyped. And guys, make sure to turn on those post notifications because we are going to be getting Generation 10 announced soon. It's going to be announced for Pokemon Day 2026. There's no way, which if you don't know, that's going to be February 27th of next year, which literally is just a couple of months away. Time is gonna fly, guys. So stay tuned for that. Turn on those post notifications so you don't miss the news and updates and the leaks for all things Pokemon. And if you are real and watching this far in the video, comment down below Raichu, just the word Raichu, and let me know what you want the next word of the day to be. I'll just randomly select somebody's word for the next word of the day. Anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic day today. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.